good afternoon, good morning, or good evening. Whenever you're here, it's the time to be here. I am Teresa, your yoga guide, and my last name is Guignon. I don't speak French, but it is a French last name. Go figure. That's a long story. So listen, today is the 45-minute practice, and I'm kind of like going, wow, it's going to be one of those. I'm feeling this invite to really be real and to be raw and not to push beyond your capabilities, but to open up your limitations to a more grander you. So really listening to yourself. And if you need to use your props, use your props. So get your yoga blocks ready at the front of your mat. Have a yoga strap. Please make sure you equip yourself. Have your yoga blanket. Whatever that looks like, have your yoga mat. And you'll notice I have this big fuzzy thing on my yoga mat. I don't know. I'm a Leo. I like fuzzy things. It works for me. So come to sit, and let's get comfortable first of all. For the first minute or so of our practice, it really is about coming into the self and being with yourself. Okay? So that's a really important piece around the yoga practice for this 45 minutes. So take a moment to find your seat, whatever that may be. And don't hesitate to go get a chair, to find out who you are and how you need to sit. I can't be there for you. And even if you were in my yoga studio space, I see people all the time struggling with how they need to sit. And it doesn't need to be a struggle. It needs to be you authentically grabbing what you need. If you need 4 bolsters and 6 blankets and a chair, be my guest. Be you. Okay? All right. Let's come to sit and take a really kind, big breath in. And let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. Okay? Then start to decide if you want to be a person who can close their eyes or light a candle in front of you and or stare at the spot in front of you. We'll spend a couple of minutes just really inviting a deeper feeling inside so you can understand where your body is today in this moment as you are viewing this practice. So inviting that in, if you're working this, or you're in this practice today, not working it, but practicing it with daytime light, palms up on your thighs. If it's evening, palms down for grounding. It's evening time. Take a moment just to really feel how that breath feels moving into your body and out of your body. Let it be audible, let it be exaggerated. Most human beings breathe shallowly up in the upper thoracic spine due to our paradigms of fear. So I'm inviting you to bring the breath into the belly, even if that means holding your belly flesh. Please do so for the next 10 breaths. Let it be audible, let it be a sigh. It could be an ujjayi breath in and out through the sinuses, the nostrils. It could be a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. You make it your breath. But go deep, kindly, smoothly, longer breath. Slow it down. Slow it down. You are safe. You've chosen to be here. You are creating this moment. You are deciding. This is the best thing you could do for your human being and soul. Just like that. Good. And then I invite you deeper into your mind's eye, the place between your eyebrows, to go and see, seriously, in your imagination, how would you like to present yourself today from your heart? Not like what you expect or what you're assuming, but truly from your heart. Like for me, I want to move my body and I want to feel honest. I want to trust myself. I want to be truthful with myself. And yet I still want to feel every part of my body in the biggest poses that I can possibly do today. I hope you invite yourself into that as well. But be honest when I need my props. So start to visualize the success of your practice today, that you are truly listening. You're not competing, you're not comparing, you're just truly inviting yourself into a practice. Good. And then let's invite a little bit of a chant, the sound of Om. And if you're not into chanting, that's okay. Or start practicing. The sound of Om is the universal vibrational sound, the frequency that we all are on. We know our internet is all on a certain frequency. So are we. We have the sound of Om that resonates throughout the whole universe, and we are it. So let us do a little chant of Om. Take your hands together in Anjali Mudra, which means yoking of the heart, courage of the heart, right at the heart center, and it's also known as prayer. And let us begin. A big breath in. It echoes infinitely. So the sound of Om is the universal sound of everything. Walking state, dream state, sleepless state, awake state, all of it. Conscious, unconscious, the veil. And it is the sound of A, O, So each syllable, in a sense, if you could say that, is a 7 count. A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. O, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they just kind of blend, as you heard. So keep on practicing. I would love for us to stand. So let's make our way to standing. One of my favorite ways to do that from seat is to take one foot in front of the other, lean forward, lift the bum, use your hands, and then sit back down again. Do that a couple of times, and maybe you could do that without your hands. Okay? Then switch sides. Those that are beginning and you have a lot of issues in your tissues, no judgment, observation, do what you can. Practice. So for those that are using your hands, I know it's a difficult state of hinging hips and knees, but focus. You can do this. When you lean forward on the next round, curl the back toes under, press into your hands, lift that back knee, and then press into both feet solidly as you rise up. And then you're in standing. Perfect. Once you're standing, and just so you know, I'm switching up the lighting a lot because this is natural lighting, and I hope that you see visually enough. I'm just using the studio lights, not the professional lights. So hopefully this is okay with you. So from your mountain pose, come to the top of your mat and find your footing through the 4 points of your feet. Roll your shoulders back, so you really invite that. Dance it around a little bit. Boop, 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 boop. Remember, this is our authentic practice, so be you, okay? So once you find your mountain pose, I'd like to invite you to reach your arms up towards the sky and just feel that reach. You could side bend, you can back bend, but keep your thigh bones moving back and apart and your tailbone lengthening down, and open up the collarbone. So you could go wide. You go like this if that feels better to you. You can have a wider stance in your feet if that feels more stable to you. So from there, on your next exhalation, let's hinge, bend your knees, poke your bum way back. Forward fold, you have your blocks. Touch down onto your blocks if you need to, and let your bend your knees so you can let your chest, I don't think this top is going to be very good, and bring your heart toward your thighs. So let your head go. You can play with your back of your legs, massage those tight calves, soften your knees, let your head go. And on your next in-breath, lift your heart up, extend through the crown of the head and go, there it is. So feeling that, feeling that energy. And then on your exhalation, go even deeper. Let your head go. Learn to let go. So you're hinging forward. Let all that fluid, that energy, that gravity, feel that. And on your next in-breath, rise it back up again. There we have it. Good. And then exhale back down in towards your shins. That's the third round. Exhale, exhale. And on your inhale, hinge your bum back like you're sitting in an invisible chair and sweep your arms forward and then all the way up, unhinging your hips. A little bit of a back bend if that feels good to you. And then exhale your hands to Anjali Mudra. We're going to do that 3 more times, okay? So inhale nice and bright. Exhale, hinge hips, knees, forward fold over your thighs. Let it go. Inhale, half back. Exhale, go deeper. Inhale, half back. Exhale, go deeper. I can feel that one. One more. Inhale, half back. Exhale, go deep, 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 deep. Even hug yourself in. And then on your next in-breath, hinge hips, knees like you're sitting in a chair and sweep it all the way up. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. So it's prayer in motion. So you're really honoring yourself and moving through your vibrational energy. Keep on going at your own pace. You can make it audible. At least 3 Ardha Uttanasanas and Uttanasanas. And when you're ready to reach it up like the phoenix rising, reach it up. And then exhale to Anjali Mudra. One more time, okay? Slowing it down, making it your, don't mind me. I'm going to do me. You do you. Slowing it down is awesome. Sometimes I like to swing my hips. Letting go is the practice. What are we letting go of? What you're holding on to that no longer serves you. Exhale to Anjali Mudra. Good. Got to keep on fixing this top. On your next energy, vibrational energy, let's separate our feet. Take them nice and wide. So I have my mat going this way. Maybe you want to switch out your mat. Take your feet nice and wide and turn your toes out. And then just dance with your feet turned out, externally rotated from your hips, and just rock from hip to hip. You're going to really feel your root chakra stuff going on. So from here, start to dip your hips a little lower. You can just have your hands here. Stick your bum out. I can also go sideways, and you can take your feet wider than your mat and just feel that. Back and forth, bum way back. It's up to you how you wish to set up your mat. This is how I set up my mat. You'll figure out how you want to set up your mat in each episode. So finding that, woo-wee. And then let's just bounce the bum a little bit. That's it. Good. And then from here, lean into your right forearm into your right thigh and press the left knee away and roll the left shoulder forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then both hands press down and straighten out your legs. Give them a little heel toe, shake them out. Because all that energy is like, it's getting some vibrational stuff going on, right? Stuff, we call it. Turn your toes back out, dance the dance, stick your bum back. A lot of people I find are like in this kind of concoction of weird knees, feet, internally rotating of the feet. So you got to open your knees up. Don't be afraid to do this. Squat your bum. When you're ready, left forearm goes down. Right hand goes onto your right knee. Roll your right shoulder forward and sink into it for 5. Spread those left fingers for 4, for 3, 2, and then root to rise, standing nice and tall. Feel all that energy. Heel toe your feet hip distance apart. Take a moment there. And then from here, I'm just going to turn forward again, giving you a side profile of what the next position is. All in the root chakra. So rooting down through the 4 points of your feet. Let's inhale. Take your arms straight out in front of you. Palms up like you're holding a tray of hors d'oeuvres. Start to sink your hips back. Feel that energy. You can bounce around. Move your bum further back and then start to open up your arms nice and wide so the palms face each other. Knit the belly button in. And then from here, we're going to exhale. Keep your bum way back. Forward fold so your ribs touch your thighs. So you can have feet wide apart. And let yourself fall forward. But keep that bend in your knees. Good. Let your head go. Take your hand to the back of the head and tuck your head in. Good. Now take your hands towards the outer ankles. Lift your heart and your head. So lift your heart and your head. Sink your bum further back and then sweep your arms forward. Keep on moving your bum back. Turn your palms up like you're holding hors d'oeuvres again and take them wider. Feel the legs are already contracting. They're like going woohoo. And then root to rise. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, all the way, hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. So a lot of root chakra work to begin with. Standing nice and tall. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. So really focusing on getting your bum back, holding those hors d'oeuvres. You've got it. You know it. And then exhale, forward folding. But keep that hinge, that bend in your knees. And then let your chest rest on your thighs. So if you need more space between for your belly and boobs, open up your feet and knees. Let your head go. You've got it. Keep that bend. See how deeply bent I am? No pun intended. Inhale, sweep your arms back up. You're still in your Utkatasana. Move your bum back. Hors d'oeuvres on the tray. You've got it. And then root to rise. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale to Anjali Mudra. Good. One more time. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, Utkatasana, but you're opening up your arms so that your palms are palms up, holding like trays. I know you can't really see this in the bird's eye view, but just feeling that. I'll step back so you can see. It's like I'm holding my palms here, like that. Got it? Feel that, and then exhale, keep your bum way back, bent knees, forward fold. And again, if your hands aren't anywhere near the floor, you can have your blocks. But keep the bend and let your head go. It's all in your quads. I know quads are your thighs, by the way. On your next in-breath, lift your heart and your head. Sweep your arms forward, palms are up. Boop, 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 boop. And then inhale, root into your feet and rise all the way up. Exhale to Anjali Mudra. Root chakra. What is root chakra? Chakras from your hara, solar plexus, to your perineum. Those are the 3 chakras that ground us. Next placement. So it's a little bit of a jumping around for today. Once again, this time you're going to take your legs nice and wide, but turn your toes inward. Bend your knees with your toes turned inward like you're snow plowing. Not that I'm a skier. And start to bend your knees and blossom your bum. Okay? Touch down onto the floor to your best ability, and then lengthen your spine. So a sideways profile, wide legs, wider than your mat. Your bum is bouncing, stick it out. Your spine is long. Your hands are underneath your shoulders, and your toes are turned in. And then begin to forward fold. Forward folding. So in that forward fold, take your hands so they're in line with your toes. And when they're in line with your toes, bend, shoulder distance apart, bend at your elbows, and see if you can just let your head hang. You can sway back and forth, bending and extending through your legs, but giving yourself permission just to forward fold. See if you can get your head a little closer to the mat. Some of you, do not push it. Soften your knees to keep your toes turned in. Maybe the head touches the floor. Maybe the head doesn't touch the floor, but lift your shoulders away from the floor for another 5, 4, 3, 2, oh my goodness. And then inhale, lift your heart nice and brightly. Walk your hands ahead of you. This is not the yoga top. And from here, walk your hands over towards your right foot. Lean your hips towards the left. Got it? And then really plug into your fingertips and lean your hips to the left as you twist towards the right. Some of you will be able to take your left hand to the outside of your right foot and then lean a little bit more towards the left. Some of you will have your left hand exactly where it is, and that's awesome too, ahead of your foot. But you're going to lean towards the left and lean up and open up your chest as you reach your right arm up, but reach your right arm in a circumvention that works for you. What I mean by circumvention is that you're circulating that arm in a way that works for you. So finding that, let your head tuck. Some of you may be able to bend that left elbow, opening up, but you're leaning towards the left and opening up through the right. Good. Exhale, release the right hand and the left hand. Blossom your bum, stick your bum way back, way back, way back, and then walk both hands over towards the left foot. But lean your hips towards the right, okay? So there's a lot of opposing going on here. When you're ready, maybe that right hand can touch the outer edge of your left foot as you lean towards the right. See how my knees bent? That's awesome. And then you can start to open up through the left shoulder, the left side body, and make sure it's not static and stuck and you're holding your breath. Move it around. Maybe you straighten out both legs as you lean over towards the right. And I'm really emphasizing leaning, aren't I? Lengthen through the crown of the head. Reach your head more forward towards the front edge of your mat and open up. Find that twist. Define you. Bend those knees if you need to. Blossom your bum. And then on your exhalation, release the left hand. Take the right hand to join the left hand. Soften your knees, bend your knees, take your hands now up onto your thighs, stick your bum way back, lift and spread your toes, and then rise all the way up. And then exhale, hands to heart center, heel, toe, your feet together. Whew, Tadasana. Take a moment here just to find your mountain pose, feet together, hip distance or shoulder distance. So just noticing, noticing where you're at. Good. Finding your roots. Next, finding your foundation, whether they're close together, your feet, or hip distance or shoulder distance is awesome. You be you. Structure yourself in a mountain pose. Then we're going to lift our heels, and I'll do a sideways profile. You're going to lift your heels. Feel that energy. Take your arms straight out in front of you like monster arms. Keep your heels lifted. Bend your knees, but stick your bum back more. So you're going only as far as you feel comfortable, and then we're going to press into the balls of the feet and come all the way up. And this time, stretch your arms all the way up, but stay up on your toe pads. Got it? And then once again, arms like Frankenstein, monster arms, palms down this time. Sticking your bum back, softening, bending in your knees, but moving your bum back. See how I exaggerate that? Yeah, and then inhaling, slowly coming up, rising up. Oh, and then exhaling, going back down again. Keep your heels lifted and rising back up on your in-breath. One more of these. Exhale. And then inhaling, taking it all the way up. And then exhaling to Anjali Mudra. Yes, perfect. Next, we're going to keep on going. Goddess legs, once again, turn your toes outwardly. Turn them outwardly. Bounce around in your hips. Get more acquainted with your flexibility and range of motion. If this is new to you, do not give up. Keep on going. Keep on going. Once again, hands on your knees. Take your right forearm onto your right thigh. Open up through the left arm this time. So you're pressing into your right forearm, but you're rolling your right shoulder back and opening your chest up. Lift and spread your toes. So you're pressing into the balls of the feet for 2, for 3. We'll go to 5, for 4. And then root to rise. Inhale, shine everything nice and long. So your elbows and your knees lengthen. And then exhale. Good. Soften your knees once again. Ba, 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 ba. Left forearm down, right knee opens up to your best ability. Left palm is facing up. Spread your fingers and then open up. And each side is different. So breathe it. We're doing 5 breaths. We'll count it down instead of up. For 4. For 3. Oh, yeah. For 2. You've got it. And then root to rise. Shine it up. And exhale and release. Heel toe, your feet once again, hip distance apart. You're starting to feel it, are you? Good. Standing in your root chakras. Take a moment. Take that moment. Yeah. Good. And now balancing. Root through your right leg. Okay? Really root through it. Lift the left heel. Secure yourself through those feet. Even if your left heel's lifted, you could still bend and bounce around and hinge at your hips. When you're ready, from the peripheral, fingers and toes, draw the energy into the core of your pelvis, and then start to lift your left quad up. Literally, lift it up. That's okay. If you fall down, get back up again. So just keep on working it. Okay? Just keep on working it. Now pick up that left knee, roll your shoulders back, and imagine yourself in the balance of being with one foot down, the other one's up, but you still find your balance. So finding that balance, we're working all the inner muscles through the root chakras. And we don't often stand on one foot every day. Yes, I understand. So this is a great practice for strengthening your inner core, your being. When you're ready, release that left leg, dance it out a little bit, feel that, and then root through the left foot, lift your right heel. Feel the roots. Feel the roots. The more you could take time to be in your body, the more you're going to love yourself. Start to pick up that right leg. Stick your bum back a little bit more. So you're inviting a bounce, like a hinge, like a spring. So you're not straightening everything. But see if you can pick up that right knee a little bit more and feeling the inner thread of your inner thighs, the flexors and the extensors. 2 more breaths. Good. And then releasing that right leg. Sway out your hips a little bit. Good. And then rooting down through your right leg. Once again, hinge. See how I'm bending? So a little sideways profile. I'm not straight like this and going, hoo, hoo, ooh. It's more like soften and lift, right? You do the same thing. So as you do that and pick up your left leg, let's externally rotate that left leg, okay? Take that left foot, whether it be inside your right ankle, calf. Some of you may be able to lift it up high into the perineum, but keep that bum blossoming back and that softening in your standing leg. And make sure you're not cranking your knee open and swaying your hips this way. Keep your hip bones facing forward. Toe tapping is a big part of tree pose. So this is known as Vrksasana. So tree pose. Tree pose. This is about balancing. How does that mean translate in your personal life and how you think? So in your tree pose, wherever that may be, let's find a stillness. Let's find a stillness, no matter where it is. No competition. Lift and spread your left toes. Keep your hips squared, so draw that right hip in. And find that place where you're gazing somewhere where you're able to stay present. Okay? Let's reach the arms up overhead. Express your arms in a tree pose that is most optimal for you. You can always change out your tree shape for 5, for 4, for 3. Knee can be pointed forward for hip safety. 2. And then slowly release that left leg, and you'll feel your whole right leg going, woo! Did a lot of work. Shake it out. So a lot of questions that people come up with, they're discerning as a sense of like, don't unlearn what you think you know, and just be with me right here, right now. Stand strong through the left leg, soften and bend it. You already know how to pick up that right leg. You've experienced that. Now we externally rotate it and place it somewhere where it supports you for today. So we don't have to compete and lift it way up here and we're doing this the whole time and not really staying focused on the breath. Place the foot where it is most optimal for you to have your hips facing forward. Yes. And you can lift that leg up with an external rotation without moving your hips. So you don't want to swing your hips this way. Keep them forward facing, even if your knees point it more forward. It's the rooting down through the 4 points of the left foot for another 5. You're going to reach those arms out wherever you feel your tree pose is most optimal. Yeah, it doesn't have to be all the way up here. If you're struggling with it, why are you doing it? Why resist yourself? Where does it feel best? Okay? For another 3, 2, and then 1 and release. Now you feel that left side and all of its work. So my point is do not push yourself in a resistant path. If you're resisting, find the least resistant path. Once again, let's take our legs nice and wide. But boom, I love this. So once you take your legs nice and wide, once again, squat your bum down as low as you can, not towards the floor, just, yeah, a little happy medium right here. It's not below your knees. Take your right forearm down, left hand into your left knee, lift your chest and reach out through the left arm. See how my fingers are spreading? Reach that left arm back, bend at that left elbow, tuck it behind your head and open up your chest for 5, for 4, 3, I know this is challenging, 2, and then root to rise and take it all the way up and then release. Shake out the hips, feeling that energy. Go back, toes turned out, squat it. Sorry, that block's in the way, you can't see my toes. And then once again, left forearm, press into the forearm, lift up through the heart, reach the right arm out. Oh, just so you know, I'm not liking this one at all. It's all about my root chakras. Bend the right elbow, place the hand behind the head, lift up for 4, for 3, 2, root to rise, inhale, whoop. Exhale, release. Heel toe your feet. Big breath in, letting go, breath out. Big breath in, letting go, breath out. Fantastic. This next one, take your feet at least as wide as your mat. Some of you may be able to keep your feet parallel as wide as your mat. So in the bird's eye view, I'd have my feet as wide as my mat. Can you see that? Boop, ba-doop. Heels lined up. If not, whatever stance you want, you could turn your toes out if that's better for your pelvis. Because now we're going to, not so wide, like just only as wide as your mat. Start to squat your bum back. I'll pick up my shirt. My unitard, my 80s unitard. Start to waddle back, and you'll start to notice if your heels need to lift up to squat your bum, it's known as Malasana Squat, then lift your heels. Even take your yoga blocks. Place them underneath your heels if that feels most optimal for your Malasana. So we're in that Malasana Squat. Situate your feet. Some of you, I know, I understand that is not the position for you. To your best ability, it might look like your Utkatasana. Be in that. Put the blocks underneath your heels. We're going to be here for 5, no matter where you are, for 4, for 3, 2, and then very mindfully, we're going to lean forward, touch down with the free hand, remove any props, and then start to make our way down, all the way down onto the bum. Once you get onto your bum, take your feet out in front of you, and remember, this is your practice. You get to navigate how it is safer for you. I'm going to turn sideways so I'm on the length of my mat, and then hug your knees into your chest. You can have wide girth between your knees for boobies and belly, and sit up as tall as you can, or you can have them together. So the hip flexors are there. Big breath in, a letting go breath out. And again. It's so about you being totally kind to yourself through the breath. And every time we invite movement into our bodies that is new or uncomfortable, we want to make sure we're exhaling, okay? From here, smooth out your legs as much as you can and sit up as tall as you are able to. Flex your feet towards your kneecaps. Now, for some of you, when you straighten your legs, it ends up looking like this. So bend your knees and sit up as tall as you can like that. Good. Take your arms out in front of you, sitting up very tall through the crown of the head so the neck is in non-inflection nor an extension. It's neutral. Got it? From here, this is where we invite, a scooping of the tailbone, a hollowing of the front body, a toning of the belly button. And as I do that, if you had straight legs, they will start to lengthen. So lengthen. Keep your legs heels down and start to roll yourself by pressing through the balls of your feet. So really working our inner thighs until you scoop tailbone, lumbar spine, all the way to your bra strap and back up again. This is root chakra work. It's pressing through the balls of your feet. It's all that. Let's do that again. So you're exhaling or inhaling, whatever breath you prefer, to roll yourself down, toning that belly button in. And when you press up, you're pressing through your root chakras, your legs, your feet. A couple more rounds. So some of you, I know this is it. You come right here, that's great. Be there. And then pull yourself back up through the roots of your feet. Some of you, I notice that you'll start to arc your back like that. That's not the pose. It's draw in, draw in. If you've had surgery and ripped out muscles and unfortunate situations like that, which are fortunate too because you learn how to use other muscle parts to guide your body. So there are no, I can't do that. There's more like yet. What may I do yet? So if you need to email me and ask me some questions, I'll give you the answers. Maybe you don't want to hear them, but you are more than capable. Pressing up. Yeah, I recently worked with paraplegics, and guess what? There are no excuses. There really aren't. 2 more. I'm not diminishing you. You can have that if you want to, but remind yourself what keeps you from growing exponentially and being in your truth and feeling the love and support are your own stuff, right? So this time, let's take it all the way down onto the mat. Oh, lovely. Land the back of your skull on the blanket. Bend your knees. Adjust your lower back. And then invite your knees in towards your armpits. Open up your knees nice and wide. So we did this standing goddess pose. Hook your hands inside your knee creases. Dorsiflex your feet and press your feet out as wide as you can. I need to shift over. I need to reassess my yoga mat here. So from here, it's that goddess leg pose. So from here, with your hands hooked inside your knee creases, can you draw the knees up higher towards your armpits and then press your knees kindly out to the floor and then playfully move one heel out, then the other heel out. Hello, Ganesh. Back and forth. Feeling what you're feeling or keeping them static, but really find your ankles, rotate them a little bit, spread your toes. Nice. And then from here, just keep your feet as wide as you can go comfortably. Release your hands, take your arms between your thighs. Start to lift your head up and look towards your sternum, your belly button, your pubis, whatever you see first. Boobs probably. And then start to lift up through your middle back, your middle back, and press into your lower back. And then reach as far as you can between your feet and then open up your feet as wide as you can. We're going to hold this for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and then bend your knees, lower your spine, hand your head, and hug your knees towards your chest. Got it? There we go. Circumvent your legs around. A lot of root chakra. So what is root chakra? It is your very root and essence of your being. It's your strength, it's your legs, it's your foundation. Open up your knees once again, nice and wide. Take your feet where you feel most comfortable. Your knees are as wide as they can be. You're feeling all those inner thigh muscles go, woo! When you're ready, arms are strong. Lift your head, tone the belly, look past those inner thighs, and you're going to hold it up by toning the belly for 5. Really tone the belly for 4, for 3, 2, and then slowly lower yourself down and hug your knees into your chest. Circumvent through your femur bones. Big breath in, let it out. Remember, the common denominator is your breath. One more time. I love 3s. So once you open up, no pun intended, once you open up your knees, lift your head, tone the belly button, and reach up. Find that connection. Find that connection in the belly. It's going to take a bit. For 5, for 4, 3, 2, and then hug your knees into your chest. Because we've had a lot of inner thighs opening, let's take it into a twist. So taking your knees as you exhale all the way over towards the left side, just gingerly, even that right shoulder might come up, that's okay. But do your best to take your right hand to your right shoulder and circumvent it around and see if you can tack it towards the floor. Turn your sternum towards the ceiling and then plug the left hand into your right knee and take your knees up even higher. Now find your twist. Breathing into your belly for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and then invite your knees back up to center. Adjust your lower back, your hips and your shoulders, and then let's take it all the way to the other side. Ooh, I could feel the crankiness on that side. So make sure that you have space to do that. Lift your feet and your knees. Make sure there's nothing obstructing that, like my bolster's in my way. Move it out of the way. So when you find your twist, or use your bolster underneath your shins, that left hand to left shoulder, circumvent it around and find your twist as your right hand holds your left knee. If you need to tattoo or not a permanent marker, marker your hands and your shins and your feet, L and R for left and right, be my guest. It works. So find your twist, face the ceiling, chin tucked in towards the notch of the throat. Breathe into the left rib cage. Breathe right into that left side body. Oh, yeah. Good. On your next in-breath, draw your knees back up towards the sky. Adjust your feet to the mat and so that you can adjust your sacrum and your head. And then we're going to hold the knees, cross the ankles, draw the knees closer. You can either hold your knees or you can grab a hold of your dorsiflex feet, whatever works for you, or your knees. Tuck your head in towards your thighs. You can hold underneath your knee creases as well, because now we're going to start to vertically roll, just enough momentum, a lot of flexion, until you find your way up into your seat. And it's wind relieving, so you might toot, and that's okay. If that doesn't work for you, find your way up. Got it? Once you're up, swing your legs gingerly out to the side to come onto your belly. Once you land onto your belly, make sure there's nothing obstructing your full prone position on your mat. Stack your hands underneath your forehead and just surrender here. Take a moment just to feel the full extension of your legs. Big breath in. Oh, sorry, Mike. It was all muffled under there. Big breath out. So when I mean by big breath, it's more of a deep, kind, smooth breath. Feel that. On your next in-breath, let's lift our forearms, our elbows into Sphinx Pose just for a moment and feel that back bend. I know when we were in our goddess pose that was challenging for a lot of us. I understand. Left hand comes at a right angle to the left. Slide the left leg out to the left at a right angle and extend the right toes out. Got it? So from there, you can use the bird's eye view. Start to press into your right forearm and open up through the left arm. So we're doing similar stuff to what we were doing standing. Feel that opening. Move your neck around. Wiggle your jaw. La, 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 la. Boop. And then exhale, release the left forearm and slide your left leg back. Any way you can do that. Rest. Bow your elbows out, stack your hands, let your forehead rest. I will not do that because of my mic will get squashed. Let go. Big breath into your belly, a letting go breath from your belly. Let it go. Close your eyes. Yeah. Good. Then your next breath, inhale back up into your Sphinx. So draw your elbows, forms towards your hips towards your forms. So tone the belly button in. So you're constantly in that reminder of toning the belly in, and that's a good thing. Okay, that's your personal power. Let's slide the right knee out at a right angle. Oh, the right hand at a right angle too. That helps. So you can lift up your sternum, lift up your chest, and slide that right leg out. And you can press your right toes out as far as you may. So really pressing into the left form, but roll the left shoulder away from the sternum so your chest is open. If the right hand needs to stay on the floor, please keep it there, or if you can reach the right arm up and find that twist that we were previously doing earlier on in the goddess pose. So opening up, feeling what you're feeling. The practice of yoga is to be intimate with yourself. Know yourself. Good. Exhale, surrender the right forearm. Slide. I always tuck my left toes under so I have more grip, so I can slide my right leg back with more strength, supported by the left side. Does that make sense? So right here, you could take a little rest, soften, go all the way to the mat, breathe into your belly, breathe, breathe, feel that. That's you. Good. Then on your next in-breath, when you're ready, slide your elbows back into the Sphinx position. Left arm out at a right angle, left leg out at a right angle. This time we're going to bend the right knee, bring the right heel towards your bum. Spread your toes, flex your feet in dorsiflexion, and then lift your heart and extend the front body. It's a back bend, and see if you can reach out, if that left arm wants to reach out or not. Remember, each pose is about you, the shape that you wish to be in that's most optimal. If you're dancing in the dance and you could grab a foot and play, you do you. You do you. It's that opening, that yondulation. That yondulation. Good. Exhale, release, dismantle with kindness, soften, surrender, let go. Okay? It's that mic. Breathe that breath. Good. A couple more breaths there. Soften. Even though I'm not there with you, you do it. Soften. On your next in-breath, when you're ready, draw your forearms back up. You know what to do. Right arm at a right angle. Slide the right knee out. It's a lot of back bending. It's a lot of root chakra. Extend through the right toes. Feel that. And then if it's in your practice to bend the left heel towards your bum, but keep the shoulders broadening away from your sternum and open up through your right arm, and maybe the right hand and left foot come together. Maybe that left leg stays straight and your right hand stays down, and you're just finding that beautiful extension of your left hip. And if you're not getting these terms, keep on practicing. One day you're going to hear it all and remember, and you're going to, I know what she's saying. On your next in-breath, when you're ready, structurally come all the way back down, dismantle, dismantle. Yeah, let go. Breathe that breath. Whew. And then on your next in-breath, reach one arm, roll to that side, and come all the way onto your back. Shimmy, 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 shimmy until you're on your sacrum with your knees bent and your lumbar spine is lengthened, and tone your belly button down. From there, let's draw the knees upon the chest. Feel that, all that work of those inner thigh muscles. And I'd like to offer that this is the ending of our 45-minute practice, but I'd like to end it with just a nice little Shavasana. But hug your knees into your chest first. Feel that. And then land your feet, open up your arms, and maybe slide that bolster underneath your knee creases, and or not. And then take a moment just to be. All that work needs that recovery. And as much as these are 45 minutes or so, even the 20 minutes tend to be like 22, 23. Take a deep breath, soften. I like to take my hands to my pelvic area. Index fingers and thumbs create like a diamond. Elbows relaxed on the floor. If you have more boobies and belly area, maybe your hands are apart, your elbows are on the floor. You feel your gut. Feel the breath in your belly. Align the back of your skull. Close your eyes. Breathe into the belly. Out from the belly. You can continue to relax, be in your Shavasana, take a load off, stay here and linger a little longer. And lingering is a good thing. For those that are I'm inviting you just to hug your knees into your chest and roll to a fetal position just for a moment. Deepen your breath with kindness and sweetness, and then pressing yourself up as mindfully as you are able to. Picking yourself up onto your sitting bones, crossing your legs, or seating yourself in any position that truly works for you. Even if you're still laying down in your Shavasana, what a great place to be. Take a really wild, big breath in. Open your arms, expand them. What are you saying yes to in this lifetime? There is no right or wrong way. There's just you showing up. Please keep on showing up. Get intimate with yourself. Learn more about yourself. Care for yourself. Experiment. Explore. Dance. Move your body in positions that perhaps you haven't for a while, and be okay with the sensations of discomfort and the sensations that feel yummy. Let us end this practice with the hands at the heart center, whether you're still in your Shavasana or not. And let us end it with a beautiful Om. Deep breath in. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace, peace, peace. From my light to your light. Keep on practicing. You don't have to know everything today or do everything today, but just at least show up. Namaste. See you in the next episodes. Connect with your family. Make it happen for you first.